Pansilo, I don't know whether it's my issue, but I can't hear your voice.
Avasarai Bante, we too can't hear. I was thinking whether it's my issue.
Two of us experience the same matter, no? So I'm sure it's Pansilu. Pansilu, can you hear us? Okay, everyone, it feels like Pansilu is done with his silent introduction. So we will anyway go forward into today's session. So we can see some of the kids are there in the session. So it's good to see your faces. It's good if you can turn on video and join more actively. That way we all can see each other. We know that you are there. We know that you are involved. Yes, few more. Yes, we have 5 videos now. Yes. Right. Yes. Good to see your faces. Then we can be involved in the session. We know that you are there. We know that you are connected. Right. So thank you everyone for turning on video. And it's a heavy downpour in the location where I am in. The rains, they have returned with lot of thunder, with lot of storms. The rainy season is here. So it doesn't matter that the rain is there. We are connected. We can do the session. Yes. Okay. So today again we have another quote we have selected for today's session, and this one some of you might be aware, not sure. Seems like this is not that popular, but anyway, there is a meme. It's not a quote, it's a meme on the internet, and you can see the quote or the meme says very demure, very mindful. That's what the quote says. But you can see the picture. The picture is not matching with the quote. You can see the picture neither demure nor mindful, right? Instead, the little child is enjoying the food, probably without any mindfulness and no shyness or not being modest, right? So quite the opposite of the meme. That's the very idea of this. So originally somebody might have posted it saying very demure, very mindful, simply to do something, suggesting to do something with attention, with mindfulness, and in a shy or a modest way. Yes, when you do things mindfully, that might be your outlook, right? You do them mindfully, you do them in a modest, shy way. You focus on your own. You concentrate on the activity at hand and you try to do it. Right? So that was the initial idea. Very demure, very mindful. But when it developed into a meme on the internet, people took the totally opposite meaning. Right? Maybe they post images or videos of them being opposite. No, not mindful, not modest or shy, simply being the opposite. And title it as very demure, very mindful. Right? So that's how the quotes, the memes on the internet, they are developed. You don't get the correct meaning. Instead, it shows the irony, it shows the sarcasm, it shows the opposite meaning instead of what is discussed, right? So that's how these memes are evolving. That's how they become popular. So these days we are discussing these interesting memes, and although it says very demure, very mindful, probably the person is quite opposite, right? You can see even in the picture, right? So when you see the picture, what comes to your mind? Maybe you recall some incident that you have been like this, right? Not mindful at all, not shy, not modest. Instead, simply doing that, right? So you might recall such occasions in your life. You might be doing certain things like this, right? Any thoughts, any ideas come to mind? What type of a situation you are like that? Opposite to the very demure, very mindful, the quality. Anyone would like to share? Any ideas? No? I'm sure sometimes you are like this, right? Sometimes we don't care about mindfulness. Sometimes we don't care about being modest. Instead, we simply get into the thing and do it, right? What are such occasions? Anyone? You can use the Zoom hand to share your thoughts. Yes, Laviru. Yes.
Maybe sometimes doing the dishes because you want to go like do something else. You're not that much caring about washing the dishes, but you have to do it. So you just do it.
Okay. So that's a good example. Yes. Probably your mother make you wash the dishes, and it's probably your TV time. You wanna watch TV, or maybe some other interesting thing you want to do. So instead of being mindful, you simply carelessly do it in order to get it done. Those occasions are there, that happens sometimes in our lives, right? So if probably Laviru doing dishes carelessly, and we can post such a video saying very demure, very mindful. That's how the meme works. So Laviru, you can do dishes carelessly and pose it under very demure, very mindful. That's the that's the meme. Yes. Anyone else? Any other ideas come to mind? I'm sure. Think about your life. I'm sure there are many occasions where you are not mindful or you don't care about the activity that you're doing. Yes. Yes. Go ahead.
Homework when I come from school, but my mom says I have to.
I know you said something, but I can't. I wasn't clear. Can you repeat it a bit louder?
When I don't want to do my homework when I come home. So because I really love watching the TV, but my mom said I really have to do it.
Yes, yes. Another good example. You come home after school and classes. You don't really want to do it, but your mom says that you have, right? And that's that time you simply do the homework, and maybe you are not really mindful and you are not doing a good job. Such occasions are there. These things happen, right? The moms, they demand that you do the homework before you watch TV, before you play. And it becomes a headache, and naturally, we are not mindful and we don't like that, right? So, you doing homework, we can pause it as very demure, very mindful. You are not actually mindful, the opposite meaning is there, but that's what the meme is about. Anyone else? Any other ideas? I think most of you seems to have trouble with your connection. I think that's natural due to the
Swami also
rainstorm.
can let me know. Swami
Pansilu,
also.
you are
Yes.
in Italy, no, you there is no rain for you, but still your connection struggles.
Swami also, there was laptop problem. I joined in a different device now.
Now we can hear, but the voice is very soft. If we can speak bit louder, I'm sure we'll be able to manage.
Mm.
Yes,
Okay,
so
you
Pansilu
can
is
continue.
connected with a different device, and Lilinia auntie disappeared, probably due to connection issue in the rainstorm. Maybe we can ask Kiniti auntie for her experience of the particular meme.
My experience, an example would be Bante, maybe uh, when cleaning or when you're at home, probably. So we are just ourselves, and especially maybe before an event or something, if we have to clean the house, and when you're doing in a hurry, so it's very demure and very mindful we are at that time.
Yes, so we can find many such occasions in our lives. Yes, when we are in a rush, when we have to do something that isn't interesting, and sometimes even when nobody else is around, we behave this way. And eating something would be a good example. When other people are around, we eat very mindfully, uh, paying attention to the food, behaving ourselves in a shy manner. We eat maybe among other people. When you go to a certain gathering also, you eat like that. but you eat alone in your home, probably you are like the kid who is in the picture, right? That way we simply don't care. We eat things very demure, very mindful. That's the whole idea of this meme. Quite the opposite. Any other ideas before we go into the conclusion? Anyone else would like to add something? Arini, do you have anything to add? No? Maybe Pansilu? Pansilu, when the audio isn't working, probably you were very demure, very mindful, trying to get it fixed. Any other experiences? Any other thoughts on the topic? So I hope all of, sorry.
Sorry,
Tin-
Bante, we have Olu and Rindya, Aradhya also there if they are willing to add.
Olu, we can't see you today. Aradhya is also there. Olu, any experiences of you being very demure, very mindful? No? Then maybe we can ask the Tilini auntie. Any such occasions in your life, being very demure, very mindful?
Being very demure, very mindful, Bante. Yes, when I drive, I'm actually very demure and mindful because if I'm careless, I get to meet with an accident. So I'm very mindful when I'm driving, and sometimes I'm mindful when I eat something that I like. Yeah, those two occasions I can say, Bante.
Yes, eating is fine, but driving very demure, very mindful is risky for other people. You know, it's a hazard in the road. So if any of you see Tirini auntie driving, make sure that you keep your distance. Because she drives very demure, very mindful. Yes, Aradhya,
Learning with a strict teacher in class.
when the teacher is strict, you'll have to be very demure, very mindful, right? Probably in your mind you are the opposite, but at least outside you pretend like that. I think that would be the case when it comes to a strict teacher. It appears like you are behaving, but truly you are not. In your mind, the meme works, right? But to the outside, it appears like the literal meaning works. So that's a good example from Aradhya. I hope that was Aradhya uh, of two comparisons. Yes, the literal meaning versus the figurative or the meme meaning. Yes, Fansilu?
Swaminathan, I'm very demure and very mindful if we are like when we are doing an exam in school. When the term exam is there, I'm very demure and very mindful. Or else, if I mix up a question and get it wrong, then I will lose a lot of marks and consequences will happen in school.
It's very faint, Fansilu. I heard part of it, I believe. Yes, speak bit louder.
Swaminathan, so when I'm doing an exam, I'm very demure and very mindful. because like if you mix up a question and or get a question wrong, then you will lose marks, and you will fail the class, and you will
Okay,
not pass
so
as
which meaning? The literal meaning or the figurative meaning?
Sana's figurative meaning.
Figurative meaning. So inside you are very chaotic. You are very anxious. Yes, and you try
Yes,
to somehow complete everything in an unmindful, undemure manner.
like very stressed.
Okay. Okay. Yes. So that's Fansilus. Senara. Yes. Can you unmute?
Yeah.
No longer see you. Now there's this some kind of a wall in between you and. I think it's
And
the.
who?
Anyway, you can share. We can hear the sound.
So if I'm like watching the TV, I'm very mindful on that.
Watching the TV. Is it?
Yeah.
Okay. Right. Probably when you watch your favorite programs, favorite cartoons, you might behave this way. You are fully absorbed into the program and you don't know what is happening. So the meme is at work. Yes. So everyone, you get the idea. The literal meaning it says very demure, very mindful, but actually the opposite. That's what the meme is all about. And I'm sure each of us we can find such occasions in our lives. Sometimes although we are supposed to be mindful, although we are supposed to be demure, we behave quite the opposite. And what we say is it's okay. It's okay to have that part in your life. It's okay to behave like that. But at least once in a while, you have to remember mindfulness. At least once in a while, you have to make sure that you're demure, right? So that way, we are not trying to get rid of that fun part. Even in the picture, you can see that child is really enjoying the food. You can see that, right? That's for sure. The food is all over her face, even in her clothes, around the table. But I'm sure she's enjoying the food, right? So it's okay to have this part. Sometimes we feel like we don't feel like being mindful. We prefer the meme meaning, the figurative meaning, right? But once in a while, at least remember being very demure, very mindful, the true meaning or the literal meaning. So the origin of this meme, somebody posted something saying very demure, very mindful. They initially had the original meaning, but the people on the internet, they created the totally opposite meaning. They posted them being careless, they posted them being unmindful, and simply posted it under very demure, very mindful, right? So I hope you get the idea. With that, we can conclude that discussion. And next, we are going to practice mindful walking. Probably for a change today, we can walk carelessly. So all of us, we select some space, we walk carelessly, we walk in a chaotic manner, and while walking, let's try whether we can be mindful. That's the exercise. So you walk freely in the selected path, you walk back and forth, and while walking freely, you can try to notice your steps. When you walk carelessly, or naturally your mind goes to surrounding things. naturally thoughts appear. That happens, but it's okay. Among all the chaos, among all the thoughts, among all the sounds, among all the sights, can we notice the steps? That's what we are going to do. So let's try to walk and be very demure, very mindful according to the me. Okay, everyone. Now you can return to your seats once again and turn on video. Now let's try to be very demure, very mindful in the seated posture. So you can sit in a comfortable manner. Close your eyes gently and simply be present. Feel your body, feel the breathing. And make sure that you are present. We feel the breathing in and we feel the breathing out. We try to keep our attention with that. Time to time, thoughts come, sounds we hear from the surrounding, feeling sleepy, feeling irritated in your body. But among these things, we can repetitively notice the breath. Notice how the breath goes in. Notice how it comes out. This way, let's try to be very demure, very mindful for next few minutes. Okay, everyone. Now you can open your eyes again. That was our time to be mindful in the walking and sitting postures. Now we can take our time to write today's mindful experience. So I'm sure you have your mindful journals. If you are new here, you can take a piece of paper and simply write your mindful walking and sitting experience. During the mindful walking, did you notice the steps? Were you able to keep your attention with the steps? And during the mindful sitting, did you notice the breathing? Were you able to maintain your attention there? So, in your own words, you can write your mindful experience. We'll take around 10 or so minutes to complete today's mindful report. Are we done with the reports? I can see Harini is done. Probably Mitum is also done. Laviru seems to be done. Okay, we can go into today's discussion then. And if you are not done with the report, you can complete while others share. So use the Zoom hand to show your interest, and Pansilu will allow you to unmute. Pansilu. Yes, Pansilu is there. So everyone, you can use the Zoom hand. We are going to share our mindful experience. You simply have to read out what you wrote. Harini, you go.
Mindful walking. I walked freely, but I stayed mindful. Mindful sitting. I felt my hands were touching each other. I was scared because it was thundering. Thank you so much.
Yes, very nice. You put today's idea into action. You walked freely, but you could stay mindful, right? So that's the very idea. We don't have to always be demure. Even in other terms, sometimes we say SMS, slowly, mindfully, silently, do things. But we'll have to drop two SRs once in a while, right? Not slowly, not silently. We do things, but we can be mindful during them. Yes. So that's what we discussed today. And even during those occasions, if we pay attention, we can see that we are simply mindful and we walk freely. Otherwise, we sit or we do other activities freely while being mindful. That ability we have, try to experiment with that. Harini, you can try and see even in your daily life while doing things freely, can you be mindful? That practice you can include in your daily life. Kavindi.
Kavindi, you can unmute.
Mindful walking. When I am doing the mindful walking, I was very calm and I was giving the attention to the mindful sitting. When I am doing the mindful sitting, I give attention to the breathing and I love to do the mindful sitting again and again. Thank you.
Yes, we are happy that you loved it. You feel calm and relaxed in the walking and sitting. By doing them again and again, you can really make sure that you are peaceful and calm in your mind. Every day, try to do few minutes of mindful walking and sitting like this. That way, the calm nature becomes more and more natural to you, right? So you like the calm, you like doing it repetitively. So make sure that you do it daily and find the peace, calm within.
Okay.
Lavi, you can unmute.
Thank you. Mindful walking. I felt that my feet touched the floor. I felt that my clothes rubbed against my body. I felt a little pain in my thighs. I felt that some itchy sensations came and I scratched some places. I felt that some places of the floor were rough. I felt some thoughts slipped into my mind rarely, and I felt the weight of my body switched into each leg. I heard the bell echo 3 times. Mindful sitting. I felt that my feet touched the ground and the edge of of my right kneecap touching the table. I felt that my hands were wet since I washed them. I felt how my hands touched each other. I felt thoughts come and go. I felt my back resting on the chair. I felt that my breath touched the upper lip and the edges of my nostrils. After my mindfulness switched from the thoughts to the breath, I felt that my right nostril breathed more air than the left nostril. I felt that I was in a thought after some time, but couldn't remember how the thought began. I felt that my hands were finally dry. I heard the bell ring sharply. End of the report summary.
Yes, Laviru, good report, good practice as mindful walking and sitting. And what's important is that now you have done it for many years, and your practice or the mindfulness is strong, and that very strong mindfulness will resolve most of the issues, problems that you have to face, right? It will prevent them. We don't appreciate the value of prevention because we don't get into trouble and we don't feel how difficult the troubles are, right? Most people, they appreciate the corrective measures, but prevention they don't appreciate. But when you practice mindfulness this long, most of the things are prevented, right? I met this child probably like 11 years old, and that child was having trouble with some bad thoughts, harmful thoughts, and was suffering due to that, was trying to find some relief from that, but never practice mindfulness, so we can't really say try to observe the thoughts mindfully. We can't say we are not the owners of those thoughts, right? So that child is a new person, new to mindfulness, and due to the own thoughts in the mind was suffering a lot, especially those bad thoughts, intrusive thoughts, some harmful thoughts. These things come, and due to that, that boy was having some trouble and having some obsessions in order to get rid of the guilt from those thoughts, right? Laviru, you get the idea? So some bad thoughts are there, due to them guilt comes, and some obsessions, some rituals that boy was doing in order to get rid of those guilt, right? But for a mindful practitioner, it doesn't matter what the thoughts are, where it doesn't matter whether they are harmful or whether they are bad. It doesn't matter. We don't recognize those thoughts to be ours. Instead, they are simply like clouds in the sky, somebody else's thoughts, right? After practicing for many years only, you can have that outlook. Otherwise, we always make these thoughts ours, make these thoughts mine, right? So, Laviru, by practicing for years, you prevent many of the such troubles. And unfortunately, we don't appreciate the prevention. We don't feel the pain, we don't feel the difficulty, so we don't appreciate. But you have to understand, due to the practice, due to the mindfulness that you have developed, you are preventing many of the troubles in your life, especially mental issues and the suffering that is created due to certain incidents in your life, right? You don't feel the impact of prevention, but we encourage you to appreciate that more and more. Due to the strong mindfulness, you are safe. You prevent most of the difficulties that others will have to face, right? Have that idea in your mind. It's important when you grow up. Consilu, yes, your turn.
Mindful walking. I walk mindful walking. I walked very carelessly today, but I also did focus on my mindful walking. I jumped into many different thoughts, and also I jumped into different sites as well. I even I even stopped to look out of the window for a bit. But after some time, I was able to focus on my mindful walking. I felt how my steps also worked. My heels always touched the floor first before the rest of my feet. My toes left the ground at the end after my heels first left the floor. There were dirt and dog hair all over my feet as well. Mindful sitting. I felt a little hot and I felt a little hot that I started to feel sweaty, which made me feel a little uneasy. I also felt a little bit comfortable as I tried to forget my unease. I also did hear many sounds from outside my room, including including my dog barking. I also felt my breaths and how they worked. I also felt a little I also felt a little ear block in my left ear. I also did yawn a couple of times because I felt bored, but that boredom did not last for long. End of the episode.
Yes, so you can do things carelessly, you can do things playfully, but still you can be mindful. Certain thoughts, many thoughts come, many sounds, sights appear, but among all these things, you can ride the wave. It's like surfing, right? Surfing, you need the wave, right? In mindfulness, you can find the art of surfing. You surf these thoughts, you surf these sounds, sights. Among these waves, you can be mindful, right? Like a surfing player. It's like, it becomes your hobby. You do things carelessly, you do things playfully while being mindful in your mind. That is another part, another aspect of the same practice. So this after this many years only we get to discuss it. We can't tell it to the new person. We can't tell it to a newcomer. But when you know mindfulness, you get to understand these parts as well. You do them playfully, they do them carelessly, but in your mind, you are able to ride the wave. You are able to surf among all the thoughts, sounds, sights. The surfing board would be mindfulness, right? Yes, good report. And I feel like that's the end of our discussion. No more hands can be seen. Anyone else? It feels like Olu is very demure, very mindful today. Olu, your brother is not there, right? Otherwise, he will complain that Olu is very demure, very mindful. Yes, that's it. I don't think we have homework. If no homework, we can go for today's activity.
Pamela's I don't think there's any homework.
No homework, Bante.
Yes, then the activity time.
I would welcome Kinithiati to start the activity.
It's not me, Pansilu. Sorry, I couldn't tell you. It's Tilini auntie. We will invite Tilini.
Okay, I would welcome Telini auntie to start the activity.
Thank you, Pansilu. Kiniti, can you hear me? It's raining here.
Yeah, can hear you well.
Yeah. Avsarai Bante. So today we are going to do a fun activity. By now you might know what kind of activity we are doing today. Today we are going to make two types of sandwiches. It is not just a sandwich. We can call it very demure, very mindful sandwich. And the second one we can call not so demure sandwich. So shall we go to first activity, that is very demure and very mindful sandwich. First, you all make sure that you have all the necessary items you have. I have 2 slices of bread. Can see. Can you show me that you all have that? I have that 2 slices of bread and knife. My knife is a bit big knife and a plate and jam and napkin. I think you all have napkin. So what we are going to do is, first activity is very demure, very mindful, as Bante told us. Very demure, very mindful means that we are very carefully, gently, mindfully doing what we are doing. So place your 2 slices of bread on the plate and take the knife gently. Do this slowly, mindfully, and silently. Okay? Take the knife gently. Show me the knife. Okay, good. So take a small quantity of jam, and spread all over the slice and evenly and slowly you have to spread. Do it mindfully.
While Tilini auntie does this, the others I hope you have. If you don't have, you can quickly go and grab, right? Bread, if you don't have bread, even, I don't know, biscuit that you can apply jam with or something, you know, you get the idea. Where you can apply something and then make like a sandwich and eat. You use any alternative. The idea is we are trying to very nicely in a demure way, we are trying to apply some jam or any alternative that you have is all right. Okay. So anyone who doesn't have, feel free to run and grab something to do. Okay, back to you, Tilini. We have Niranjan.
Thank you, Trinity. Okay. So slowly, mindfully spread the jam all over the slides. See, I spread it. Can you see? Yeah. So make sure the jam is not spill over the edges. Okay. Kinityanti is done and I'm also finished. You all can take time and do and show me. Okay. So, Kinityanti, can you show me? Can you show me? Okay. So, Tilini auntie is done. Tilini auntie is done. And I'm also finished. You all can take time and do and show me. Okay. So, Kinityanti is done and I'm also finished. You all can take time and do and show me. Okay. So, Tilini auntie is done and I'm also finished. You all can take time and do and show me. Okay. After you spread the jam, we can have another small activity. We can cut off the crust. That's why I told not to make sure not to spill over the edges. Yeah, Pansilu, yeah, you have done a good job.
I'm using this chocolate spread because I don't have jam.
Oh, that's totally fine. We can see Olu, Aruni, and Leon. You have switched off your videos. Laviru, are you with us?
And now you all can unmute yourselves if you want to share for the activity, okay?
Yes. Kirithi, for the second part, we can ask them to unmute all the time because it's going to be a different thing. Now. Very good, Tenuli. Yes, like that. Yes. So are you all done with this?
Sorry, yes, I was speaking while on mute. So the kids, as Tilini auntie said, for the next part, it's good for your mic to be on while we do the second part. So we are still in the first part. She
Yeah.
will tell when it's the second part, you keep your mics on.
Yes. Okay, now I think all they have spread the jam or chocolate. Now we can gently cut off this crust. Can you see? Do it mindfully. Careful about your fingers. Cut. Okay. You're done, huh? So this is my this is very small now because I cut off my own. Okay.
Do we make it like a sandwich? I
Yeah.
thought just cut the one.
Okay. Anyway, that's fine, Kiniti. If
Okay.
you want to make it as a sandwich, because this is a sandwich.
Yes. I'll just bend it then like this.
Okay.
Okay.
Laviru, are you okay with what you're doing?
Yeah, I don't
Can you
have
show?
jam. Yeah, I
You
don't
don't,
have jam. Sorry?
you don't have jam?
Yeah, I'm just using biscuit.
What
Ah,
about butter?
Also, how I think it's kind of impossible to like cut the crust with biscuit.
yeah. That's true. That's fine. Okay. Tenuli, you have done. Mithum and Netum, you didn't show your bread. Good. Very good. Okay. If you're done with that, you can now hold it and have a small bite. Silent and small bite. Does it feel?
And if anything stays around the corners of your mouth
Yeah.
and the lips, yes, I think Tilini aunty will tell how to do it nicely, right?
Yeah, you can take your
Napkin or the
tissue
serviette.
or the towel and slowly wipe.
Very nicely, okay? Very demure, very mindful, like
Yes.
this. It
So
takes
you
a long
continue.
time to eat that way, right?
Yeah. Generally, you can eat now. Slowly, mindfully, silently.
Wow, Tenuli has to be careful with that big knife. Huh? It's a butcher's knife, I think.
So in this activity, your hand shouldn't be sticky. Okay, very clear. No jam in your hand because we do it very demure and very mindfully. Tinitya, are we going to do the second part or we finish eating and then we are moving to the second part?
We better finish eating and move on to the second part. Yeah?
Okay.
So it might be a few breadcrumbs that are left maybe at the tip of your fingers, and that too, like very demure, very mindful. You wipe the tips of your fingers nicely like that. I think Niranja aunty also has finished very nicely a long time back.
Okay. So all finished, right?
Mithum and Netum, I think still we'll let them finish what's it.
Okay. Pasala is getting ready to another second activity, taking one slice of bread.
Yeah, I got bread. I got bread.
I also got done. If you can tell me when to start.
I think now we can start. Yes, others can follow through. You can show.
Okay. Now comes to the fun part. So earlier we did a very demure, very mindful sandwich. We know how to make it now. Now we are going to do no demure, not so demure, mindful, no mindful sandwiches. Okay. So you can take the I actually took one slide because I finished 2 slides earlier. So you can take 2 slices of bread again. This time we are not going to be mindful. We do it with loud and messy way. You all can switch on your unmute yourself. Then we can see we can hear your voices as well. Yeah, can hear. Tenuli, you can unmute yourself. Mitum, Netum, unmute. Pansali, you also unmute. Because this activity is going to be very loud and messy one. Now this is my knife. Can you hear? Antonia, take a spoonful of the jam. Like, you know, I have the knife, but you can take a very big quantity of jam and spread it all over unevenly. Okay. And you let the jam spill over the just. Don't need to like spread like what we did earlier. You can just take a foot of jam. Like Kiriti is doing that. Can you all see? Control is perfect this time. You can hear sounds of knife also touching the plate. Yeah, like that you need to talk and sing also. Doesn't matter. Yes. Okay. You can squish this like to come the out. Then
That's like nothing.
like this.
Okay.
Can you see? Like this. See? See, can you grant this one? Bring over. You can wear your napkin if you all want. Actually, can see my now. I don't want to cut off this crust also. Squish, Pansilo. Yeah, like that. Yes. Pavindi. Okay. Tenuli.
I got this.
Okay. So you can eat while talking to somebody else. So you can laugh and you can eat. Take a big bite. Loud and big bite. Like this. Take a big, loud bite.
You
can make sound when you eat.
I don't want to eat this.
You can watch here and there also, if you want.
I want to eat that till like 9 o'clock.
Now don't use your napkins to wipe the jam or chocolate on the lips. Don't use. You can lick it like this, yes.
Yeah. It's not a weapon to be using. Your order is to use. There's a good girl.
You can lick your fingers also. Don't worry. Frost. Like that.
Sati. How do you spell it? With hands. S-H-A-R.
I finished eating. Can you see? You also finish eating now?
How do you spell your name first? Use the sticky stick.
Yeah, it is sticky.
I thought you were using frisbee. Wait, I'll try the first.
How do you feel this one?
Just
Oh, you all need to talk, huh? You all need to talk. Everybody. How do you feel this activity? Which one is better?
The demure and mindful one.
Oh, okay. Okay, he's telling very demure and mindful one. Ravil, what is your idea?
This
Which
one.
activity is good?
This one.
This one, yes. And Kitty auntie?
I mean superhero names.
I think that the very mindful and demure one is better so that we can escape our parents.
Okay. Okay.
Ask the
This
person.
answer. Kitty auntie?
Can you hear me? Am
Yes,
I?
can. Yeah.
Yeah, this was good. I'm eating like this. I mean, it's too sweet, but
Yeah.
it's good. It's very sweet. Ate a lot of jam. Unusually lot of jam, but
Also,
but,
the non-mindful one is good since you can like eat freely, but
Yeah.
the demure one is preferable because if you eat like not mindfully and not in a demure way, then you will face your parents' belt.
yeah,
I'm sure
the,
it's not too.
that's Pansu's right.
Yes. That's right.
I just like the messy bit. You can, like Pansul said, you can eat as you like it. And if you really enjoy it, you can maybe do the licking too.
Yes.
But remember, like we said, when you need to be, you have to be very demure and very mindful.
Very
But
mindful.
yes.
Niranja auntie, what is your experience? Which one you like?
The second one, and it's more natural than the first.
Yes. Yes. Tenuli, now it's your turn. You also need to talk.
I think this is part of the session.
I couldn't hear.
We didn't hear Dua. Can you say again, Tenuli? We didn't hear you.
I think this is the best part in the mindful session.
Second part, yeah?
Second part. Yes. Kavindi?
This is better than the first one.
Oh, now we have like 60% is better, like second part than the first one. Very good. I also like the second part because can eat a lot fast. Anyway, it's like this in our life also we get these two moments that one is gentle and very mindfully and careful things that we need to go through. That is one moment. Another thing is that is messy and loud and not mindful, very careless. So these moments come into life. So like these two sandwiches, you need to enjoy every moment right? Is what mindful is about. Knowing what moment you are in. Okay, so you can remember this activity whenever the moment you are in. Can you see?
Yeah, so you can use this meme in its literal way. So we did the sandwich eating. The first way was the literal way, where we actually did it in a very demure, in a very mindful way. So like Telini auntie said, when you need to be that, you remember and you know how to do it. And the second one was the figurative way, like the ironically way, right? The ionic way of the meme. So that way also you can remember to be, oh, now I'm being very demure, very mindful in an ionic way, right? So that is the fun activity for today, I think. Silini auntie, I think you can do the wrapping up. She did it already, I think.
Yeah. Children, today's activity, keep your mind every time and keep this lesson in mind every time, whenever the moments you are going through, careful or thoughtful or maybe messy and loud. When you are careful, it's a very demure, very mindful sandwich. And when you are messy and loud, that is not so demure sandwich. Okay, so then let's meet in next week. Till then, have a mindful weekend.
And thank you very much to Tilini auntie for coming and doing the fun activity with us today. And thanks Pansilu for doing the co-hosting. I think, yeah, he just can't get over the eating. I think you can do the closing of the session, Pansilu, once you are ready.
I'm ready. So should I end it?
Yes, I think we can finish a bit early today.
Okay. Most venerable Dhamma Kusala Swaminatha. As we are at the end of the session, I would like to give a brief of what we did in today's session. At the beginning of today's session, Swaminatha showed a meme about being very demure and very mindful. Then we did mindful walking and sitting. And then we wrote and discussed our reports to the group. And I would like to thank Tilini auntie for doing the fun sandwich making activity as a group. And finally, I take this opportunity to thank our most venerable Dhamma Kusala Swaminatha for giving us this valuable experience. Have a mindful week, everybody.
Have a mindful week, everyone. See you next week.
See
Have a
you.
mindful week, everyone.
Have a mindful week.